Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Mohinder Singh from Central University of Himachal Pradesh, Dharamshala. Today we are going to talk on module Elasticity of Demand from the paper Managerial Economics. The focus of this lecture is the elasticity of demand. Learner will learn about the price elasticity of demand, cross elasticity of demand, and income elasticity as well as the advertisement elasticity of demand. After going through these modules, you will be able to understand the definition of elasticity of demand. You will be able to compute the elasticity coefficients, analyze the elasticity characteristics, and illustrate the determinants of the elasticity. As well as we will also explain the application of elasticity in taking business decisions. As we discuss in law of demand, that demand is affected by number of factors, and law of demand tests the type of relationship between price and quantity demanded and illustrate that fall in price will lead to an increase in quantity demanded and vice versa. However, given any change in price or income of the consumer or price of other goods or advertisement expenditures, in addition to the directions of the change in quantity demanded, managers are more interested in finding the magnitude of the change or the degree of the responsiveness of the consumer to a change in any factors of the demands. To measure this, they use the concept of elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand basically measures how much the quantity demanded will change with a given change in a particular factor of demand. That factor can be the price of the item, that can be the level of the consumer incomes, that can be the price of the related or substitute products or the advertisements. So now we will discuss the concept of elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand measures how much the quantity demanded will change with a given change in a particular factor of demand. The factor of demand can be the price of the item, it can be the income level of the consumers, it can be the price of related products. We measure the elasticity of demands assuming that the impact of other factors remain constant. Elasticity of demand indicates in what proportion or fraction the demand will change for a unit percentage change in one of its factor or determinants. It is basically the ratio of percentage change in quantity demanded to 1% change in its factors. It shows the ratio with which demand for a product will contract or expand with 1% change in a factor and is calculated as follows. Elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded, that is Q, is to be divided by percentage change in demand factor, that is X. Dear learners, as we know, the demand is the function of price, income of the consumers, price of related goods, and so many other factors. So now we will discuss the different type of elasticity of demand. So after understanding the concept of what is elasticity of demand, we will now understand what is different type of elasticity of demand. That is price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, cross elasticity of demand, and finally the advertisement elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand. The price elasticity of demand is the ratio of percentage change in the demand of a product to 1% change in its price. It shows the ratio with which demand for a product will increase or decrease with 1% increase or decrease in its price. It is basically calculated as laxity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in the price of the product. So here percentage change in quantity demanded is equal to Q1 minus Q0 divided by Q0 into hundreds, where your Q1 stands for the quantity demanded after the change in the price, whereas Q0 stands for quantity demanded before the change in price. And the percentage change in the price of the product is equal to P1 minus P0 divided by P0 multiplied by 100, where P1 stands for the current price, changed price, and the P0 is the previous price. Let me understand the concept of price elasticity of demand with the example. Suppose the price of a mobile phone fall by 2%. In this response, the demand for the mobile increased by 6%. Then the price sensitivity of mobile will be calculated as 6% divided by 2%, that is equal to 3. It means if there is 1% change in the price, that will lead to 3% change in the demand of the mobile. Suppose if the price of the mobile decrease by 1%, there will be 3% increase in the volume of sales. So students, it is also to be mentioned here that price elasticity of demand will always be negative, as in law of demand we know there is inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So for convenience point of view, we generally drop the negative signs in case of elasticity of demand, that is price elasticity of demand. Now we will understand the degree of price elasticity of demand. The degree of price elasticity of demand can be inelastic, unit elastic, or elastic, and can range from 0 to infinity. If the percentage change in the quantity demanded is smaller than the percentage change in price, the price elasticity of demand is less than 1, the demand of that good is considered as inelastic demand. If the percentage change in the quantity demanded is greater than percentage change in price, the price elasticity of the demand is greater than 1, the demand of that good is considered as elastic demand. Next is unitary elastic demand. In case the percentage change in the quantity demanded is equal to the percentage change in price, the price elasticity of demand of the goods will be equal to 1. So in this case, the price elasticity of demand is considered as unit elastic demand. And the demand curve for a good with the unit price elastic is a rectangular hyperbola. The figure B illustrates the shape of demand curve in this case. Therefore, we understand the price elasticity of demand can be equal to 1, less than 1, or more than 1, meaning then it can be inelastic, it can be elastic, or it can be unit elastic. But there are two extreme cases where the price elasticity of demand can be 0 and infinity. So the price elasticity can vary from 0 to infinity. If the quantity demanded does not change when the price changes, the price elasticity of demand is 0. In this case, good is considered as perfectly inelastic demand. In case of necessity goods or food material, goods have perfectly inelastic demand because any increase or decrease in the price will not change in the quantity demanded. Here in this case, if the products have perfectly inelastic demands, firm can charge any price for the same quantity, or it can sell same quantity at the any price. A good with a price inelastic demand has a relatively steep demand curve or vertical demand curve as depicted in figure A. Another extreme situation of price elasticity of demand is perfectly elastic demand. In this case, the percentage change in the quantity demanded is infinitely large when the price decrease or change rarely. The price elasticity of demand is infinite and the good has perfectly elastic demand. In case of perfectly elastic demand, as depicted in figure C, the shape of the demand curve will be horizontal to demand curve. It means firm can sell any commodity at market price but cannot increase the price above the market price. After knowing the degree of price elasticity of demand, now we will discuss various methods to measure the price elasticity of demand. There are 5 methods to measure price elasticity of demand, that is total expenditure methods, proportionate methods or percentage methods, point elasticity methods, arc elasticity methods, and finally the total revenue method. The first method to calculate the elasticity of demand is total expenditure methods. In these methods, we first calculate the total expenditure at different level of prices. And the total expenditure is the function of quantity multiplied by price. In case of elastic demand, fall in price results in a rise in total expenditures, or if an increase in price result in a decline in total expenditures, or fall in price resulted in increase in total expenditures, it means the demand of that product is elastic. Price and expenditures moves in opposite directions. Whereas in case of inelastic demand, fall in price results in a fall in total expenditures, or increase in price results in a rise in expenditures. Price and expenditures moves in same directions. It means when any increase in the price leads to increase in the total expenditures, then that goods are the price elasticity of the demand is inelastic. Whereas in case of unitary elasticity of demand, the total expenditures does not change due to change in the price of a good. So as per total expenditure methods, if price and total expenditures move in same directions, demand is inelastic. If they moves in opposite directions, demand will be considered as elastic. But if there is no change in the total expenditures, then the demand for the product is unitary elastic. In proportionate methods, also known as the percentage methods or flux methods, ratio methods, or we can also call it as arithmetic methods. In this case, the elasticity of demand is measured by this particular formula, that is the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price of the product. This we have already discussed when we have started the price elasticity of demand. Another method to calculate the elasticity of demand is point elasticity methods. Point elasticity of demand refer to the price elasticity of demand at any point of the demand curve, and the price elasticity of demand is different at different points on a demand curve. Elasticity of demand is elastic at the upper segment of the demand curve, unitary at the midpoint, and inelastic at the lower segment. And demand curve is more elastic toward the top of the curve and more inelastic toward the bottom of the curve. As given in this diagram, we can say at the midpoint, elasticity of demand is equal to 1. On the upper segment, the elasticity of demand is more than more than 1, and it is infinity when the demand curve touches the price line. Whereas it is less than 1 or it is 0 when the demand curve touches to quantity curve. Point elasticity of demand is useful in predicting the change in demand in case the percentage change in price is insignificant or small. That we can say if the change in the price is less than 5%, then we can use point elasticity method to calculate the elasticity of demand. According to this, elasticity of demand is equal to change in demand divided by change in price multiplied by original price divided by original demand. Here the original price and the original demand mean the price and demands are given at a particular point of demand curve. Next method is arc elasticity of demand. In case of arc elasticity of demand, we measure the demand between 2 points on a curve. On most curves, the elasticity of a curve varies depending upon where you are. Therefore, elasticity needs to be measured in a certain sector of the curve. We use arc elasticity of demand in case of substantial change in the prices. That means in case if the change in the prices are more than 5%, then we will find the elasticity of demand with the help of instead of point elasticity methods. So in this case, elasticity of demand will be equal to change in demand divided by change in price multiplied by average price divided by average demand. Arc elasticity is the elasticity at the midpoint of an arc of a demand curve and is calculated with the help of following formula. In this method, we use average price, that is P1 plus P0 divided by 2 rather than price at a particular point. And we use average quantity, that is Q1 plus Q0 divided by 2 rather than quantity at a certain point. And the elasticity of demand is equal to change in demand divided by average demand divided by change in price oblique average price. So where Q1 is the new quantity, Q0 is the original quantity, P1 is the new price and P0 is the original price. And the difference between arc elasticity methods and the point elasticity method is that in case of point elasticity methods, we take quantity and price at certain points, whereas in case of arc elasticity methods, we take the average price and average quantity. Let me take an example to understand the concept of arc elasticity of demand. Suppose the price of chocolate is ₹4. That is initial price per piece per chocolate, and at 4 price its demand is only 1 chocolate. If the price falls to ₹2, that is the new price per chocolate, and its demand extends to 4 chocolates, then in this case elasticity of demand is equal to Q1 minus Q0 divided by Q1 plus Q0 into P1 plus P0 divided by P1 minus P0. So this is equal to 4 minus 1 divided by 4 plus 1 into 4 plus 2 divided by 4 minus 2. So here in this case the elasticity of demand is greater than 1. That means the price elasticity of demand is elastic. Another method to calculate the price elasticity of demand is revenue method. Mrs. John Robinson has given these methods, and elasticity of demand is measured with the help of average revenue and marginal revenue. So in this regards, we will introduce the concept of total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue. Total revenue is equal to quantity sold into price. Whereas we can say the sale proceed that a firm obtains by selling its products are called its total revenue. However, when the total revenue is divided by the number of units sold, we get the average revenue. On the contrary, when addition is made to the total revenue by the sale of one more unit of commodity is called as marginal revenue. Therefore, we calculate the price elasticity of demand, that is equal to average revenue divided by average revenue minus marginal revenue. So let me take an example to illustrate the revenue method. For example, by selling 10 oranges, a person get rupees 50, then rupee 50 will be his total revenue. And 50 divided by 10, that is rupees 5 will be his average revenue. Suppose if he sold one more orange and his total revenue increased to 54, then his extra revenue from one extra unit will be the marginal revenue, that is 54 minus 50, that is equal to rupee 4. So in this case, elasticity of demand is equal to 5, that is average revenue, divided by 5 minus 4, that is average revenue minus marginal revenue. So in this case, elasticity of demand is more than 1, that means it is greater than unitary. In case of total revenue methods, when the price changes, total revenue also changes. But a rise in price does not always increase total revenues. So, the total revenue test is a method of estimating the price elasticity of demand by observing the change in total revenue that results from a price change. If a price cut increase total revenue, then demand is elastic. If a price cut decrease total revenue, then the demand of the product is inelastic. Whereas in case if a price cut leaves total revenue unchanged, then the demand is considered as unit elastic. Now we will discuss the various factors that affect the price elasticity of demand of a product. If a product has many close substitutes, for example cold drink, then the people tend to react strongly to a price increase of one firm cold drink. Thus the price elasticity of demand of the firm's product is high. The more the number of substitute of the goods, higher is the price elasticity of that. If product such as salt or very inexpensive, consumer relatively indifferent about price increase. Therefore, salt has a low price elasticity of demand. Cars are expensive and a 10% increase in the price of a car may make the difference whether people will choose to buy the car or not. Therefore, cars have a high price elasticity of demand. Higher the proportion of income of consumer spends on a good, higher is the price elasticity of demand of that goods, and vice versa. Price elasticity of demand also depends upon number of uses of the goods. More the number of uses of a goods, more likely are to be the elasticity demand of that goods. For example, electricity has many uses and can be used for lighting, heating and cooling, etc. So the demand for electricity is more elastic, as any increase in the electricity charges will reduce the demand for it, because consumer will use it only for lighting and not for heating and cooling. Another important component that affect the price elasticity of demand is the period of time under consideration. Price elasticity of demand is greater if you study the effect of a price increase over a period of 3 years rather than 1 week. Over a longer period of time, consumers have more time to adjust to the price change. if the price of petrol increases considerably, buyer may not decrease their consumption much after 1 week. However, after 3 years, they have the ability to move closer to work or school, arrange carpools, use public transportations, or buy a more fuel efficient vehicles. Then, in case of goods that are demanded jointly, have inelastic demand than demanded separately. For example, car and petrol, pen and ink, camera and film, house and cement are the jointly demanded products. Any rise in price of cement may not contract its demand if there is no fall in the demand for houses. So these are the various factors that affects the price elasticity of demands. Similarly, the income of the consumer also affect the price elasticity of demand. Richer is the consumer, more likely the demand for a good by him is less elastic and vice versa. How high the price of the good is also another factors. Higher the price of the goods, higher is the elasticity, and it is so because a change in price of a high price goods affect the total budget significantly. Another factor is that is the nature of the goods. The elasticity of demand also depends upon the nature of commodity or how important or necessary the good is for the consumer. In case of essential goods like salt, kerosene oil, or matchbox, or wheat or rice, the demand will be less than unitary inelastic. Whereas in case of luxury goods like AC, TV, furniture, the demand will be more than unitary elastic, that means elastic. It is a matter of habit also. If the consumer is habitual to a certain product like liquor or cigarette, he is less likely to shift to other goods in case of rise in the price of the goods. Thus, the demand for these products are inelastic. Income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand measure the percentage change in quantity demanded due to percentage change in income. It is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income. If the income elasticity of demand is greater than 1, then demand is income elastic, and in case of normal goods or superior goods, the demand is elastic. Whereas if the income elasticity of demand is greater than 0 but less than 1, demand is income inelastic and the good is a normal good. But if the income elasticity of demand is less than 0, that is negative, then the good is an inferior good. After discussing price elasticity of demand, now we will discuss cross elasticity of demand. The cross elasticity of demand is a measure of the responsiveness of demand for a good to a given change in the price of a substitute or a complement. Other things remain same. Here, the cross elasticity of demand will be equal to percentage change in quantity demanded for A divided by percentage change in the price of substitute or complement, that is product B. If the coefficient of cross elasticity of demand is positive, then it indicates the goods are substitutes, whereas in case of negative coefficients, it indicates the goods are complementary to each other. Whereas in case of 0 or near to 0 coefficient indicate the two goods are independent. So in this case, the cross elasticity of demand for a substitute is always positive, whereas the cross elasticity of demand for a complement is always negative. Let me take one example to understand this concept. Suppose if the demand for Pepsi decreased by 10% after the price of Coke decreased by 5%, the cross elasticity of demand in this case will be 10% minus 10% because the Pepsi price demand for Pepsi decreased. So here we take minus 10% divided by minus 5%. So it is 2. That means these are substitute products. That means any 1% change in the prices of Coke will lead to 2% change in the demand of Pepsi. The concept of cross elasticity of demand allows a firm to decide how a change in the price of a related goods produced by another firm will affect the demand for its goods. For example, if a rival firm decreases its prices, the demand for the goods produced by the first firm will fall due to the positive cross elasticity between the substitute. So, in order to avoid the decrease in the sales, here the firm may need to decrease its prices. However, in order to avoid the price war, firm may consider engaging in non-price competition such as product promotions and product development instead of decreasing its price. The concept of cross elasticity of demand may help a firm that produce two or more goods which are complement to increase total revenue. For example, in case of telecommunications, firm may reduce the price of its mobile services if the demand is price inelastic. Although the revenue from the sale of its mobile devices will fall as the quantity demanded will rise by a smaller proportion. The demand and hence the revenue from the provision of its mobile network services will rise due to the negative cross elasticity demand between mobile network services and the mobile devices. Therefore, the total revenue of the telecommunications firm may increase. Income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand measure the percentage change in quantity demanded due to percentage change in income. It is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income. If the income elasticity of demand is greater than 1, then demand is income elastic, and in case of normal goods or superior goods, the demand is elastic. Whereas if the income elasticity of demand is greater than 0 but less than 1, demand is income inelastic and the good is a normal good. But if the income elasticity of demand is less than 0, that is negative, then the good is an inferior good. The concept of income elasticity of demand allows a firm to decide the future size of the market for the goods and hence its production capacity. Suppose that the income elasticity of demand for a good is positive. So if firm predicts an economic expansion, that is the periods of time during which national income is rising, it should increase its production capacity in order to be able to meet the higher demand when the economic expansion comes. Further, the higher the income elasticity of demand, the larger will be the increase in the demand. Hence, the larger the extent the firm should increase its production capacity. In contrary to this, if the firm predicts an economic contraction, which is a period of time during which the national income is falling, it should decrease its production capacity to minimize excess capacity when the economic contraction comes. The concept of income elasticity of demand also helps the firm in deciding or in formulating their marketing strategy. Suppose that a firm sells two products and one of the goods is a normal goods and the other good is an inferior goods. If the economy is expanding, hence the national income is rising, in that case firm should focus its marketing strategy on the normal goods. Whereas in case of economy is contracting, the firm should focus its marketing strategy on the inferior goods. Advertising elasticity of demand. Advertising elasticity of demand measures the effect of an increase or decrease in advertising on sales or market of a product. The advertising elasticity of demand measures the percentage change in demand that occurs due to 1% change in advertising expenditure. It is traditionally considers that advertising elasticity of demand is positive. It measures how the quantity demanded for a good respond to a change in advertising spending. It is equal to percentage change in quantity sold for a product divided by percentage change in spending on advertising. So now we will understand what is the application of advertising elasticity of demand. Advertising elasticity of demands help the manager in evaluating the effectiveness and useful of company's advertisements. If the increased spending on the advertisement resulted in more percentage increase in firm's revenue as compared to the percentage increase in advertising spending, then advertisement elasticity of demand is considered to be positive. The advertisement is also considered as effective and useful. Up to certain point, an increase in advertising or promotional spending will lead to more than proportionate increase in company sales, but beyond this point, an increase in advertising or promotional spending will lead to less than proportionate increase in company sales till the saturation point is reached. So after that, there will be no increase in sales. At this point, company should either stop advertising or redesign its advertising policy. So students, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. In this module, we define what is elasticity of demands. It means it measures how the quantity demanded changes with a given change in a particular factor of demand. We study the effect of the sensitivity of price in price elasticity of demand. We study the sensitivity of income in income elasticity of demand. We study effect of prices of related products in cross elasticity of demands. We studied effect of advertising on the sales of the products in advertising elasticity of demand. In fact, a manager must take into account the factors that influence the demand of a product to be more or less elastic. The concept of cross elasticity of demand allows a firm to decide how a change in the price of related goods produced by another firm will affect the demand of its products. Advertising elasticity of demands help the managers in evaluating the effectiveness and usefulness of companies' advertisements. If the increased spending on advertising resulted in more percentage increase in firm's revenue as compared to percentage increase in advertising spending, advertising elasticity of demand is positive, the advertisement is considered as effective and useful. Thank you.